Day one of ALGS Pro League was a bloodbath, and here's why. So welcome back to the Apex Morning Shift, your #1 ALGS morning show on the planet.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. We have been waiting a long time for this first day of the Pro League regular season, and that's what we got on Sunday. Groups A versus B, Split 1 Pro League regular season. Woo! Which, by the way, reminder that these are the 3 groups for this regular season. 9 total days of Pro League. If you guys want the full schedule of the Pro League regular season, you can click the link down in my description. I'm going to put it down there. It's to Battlefy. There's a total of 9 total days for this Pro League regular season before the regional finals. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. And this first day did not let us down. Every game was so entertaining, and it was nice to see this new legend ban system finally in a real tournament situation, which heavily impacted the way this day went because these teams needed to adapt on the fly. Game 1, Ash was banned. Game 2, Catalyst. Game 3, Wraith. Game 4, Alter. Game 5, Crypto. And Game 5, Newcastle. Oh.
Game 6.
And Game 6, Newcastle.
See, we can't count.
Now, before we get into talking about the results, here is the official overall kill leaderboard. After day 1, Zapto with 19 kills in first place, followed by Zainu with 14, Skittle, Yanya, and Imperial Howl tied for 3rd with 11 kills, and then the rest of the overall top 10. All right, now before we get into the North American results, let's check out how EMEA did this weekend. Kai, take it away.
INF in first. Ron. I don't have the full names because it's on a phone. So I don't know. Alliance in 3rd. Navi in 4th. FBG in 5th. GG 6th. UAIM 7th. 8XO. Hey, that's your org.
Let's go.
Oh, Go Next in 9th. ANX in 10th. And well, the bottom 10 you guys suck, so.
Who's 20th?
FaZe sitting down last is kind of, you know.
Big yikes, but
it's not a good look for the boys.
Before our cameraman insults more teams, let's move on to North America. After 6 games of Stormpoint and then E-District, here are the results. Huss with 1st place and 100 Thieves with 2nd place, which we'll get back to in just a moment. Envy with 3rd place. They played from Lightning Rod on Stormpoint, which is debatably the greatest POI on that map, but their Stormpoint games went horribly. 19th, 18th, and 12th place. But they brought it back on E-District, where they played from Settlement, where they finished 1st in Game 4, 4th Game 5, and 8th place in the final game, which helped them secure a 3rd place overall. So overall, a great start for Envy. Super excited to watch them compete and grow as this new team continues to develop. Liquid with 4th place and Team Unleash with 5th place. A PSQ team, by the way, off to an amazing start, winning Game 2 on Stormpoint where they played from Mill. Love to see it, especially for a guy like Dig Vibes who's been grinding and who's been waiting for his Pro League moment for his entire career and finally getting the spotlight that he deserves. Been working so hard. An amazing plus and minus statistic, by the way, which I don't know if you guys noticed, if you guys look at the leaderboard, there is this new stat that was brought to you by Battlefy with their new revamp of the website, which is a super interesting statistic that we're going to be able to keep an eye on. And so, yeah, we'll be able to pull some pretty interesting conclusions out of this statistic. Oblivion with 6th, Furia with 7th, VDR with 8th place. Landing Devastated Coast on Stormpoint and Electro Dam on E-District.
Who do they play with?
Vax, Deeds, and Reps. All right, pause the video. Just after recording this episode, news broke out that Reps will no longer be competing, leaving Vaxlon and Deeds looking for one, which is so unfortunate because Reps is such a successful and talented pro, and especially in this new legend ban system, one of the most versatile players out there, and still no news on his plans, so stay tuned for that, as well as VDR's replacement. All right, back to the show. Not a bad start for this squad that we've all been super excited to watch play in Pro League, and they've proven that they have the potential to be at the top. Shopify Rebellion 9th, Locked In 10th, Empire 11th, NRG with 12th place. Playing from Down Beast on Stormpoint and from Viaduct on E-District. Not the start we were expecting, but they'll continue to grow, and I have no doubt in my mind that they'll turn things around. 3 very talented players. I think with them, it's just a question of getting used to It's Timmy's IGLing because he is the one taking over. Even if Yanya does have that experience as an IGL, It's Timmy really wanted to get into that role and really lean into that role. He does have help from Yanya as a co-IGL, and Guild is one of the greatest anchors in the game. Yeah, it's just going to be a question of when that's going to happen, but just have to wait and see. Falcons with 13th place, having a very hard time, especially looking at their plus and minus differential for their damage, which they're usually so good at dealing more damage than receiving, but struggled a lot playing from Trident on Stormpoint and Heights on E-District, which is debatably the greatest POI on E-District, so quite strange for them to underperform like that, especially playing from a very, very good spot. But they really just didn't seem to get anything going. They seemed so out of sync. They just didn't seem on the same page. But Falcons is Falcons, so without glazing too hard, this is a team that I have no doubt in my mind will turn things around. Super versatile players, versatile team. So especially with this legend ban,
They've got a lot of depth.
system, yeah, they have a lot of depth, so it'll help them out a lot. Stallions 14th, CTE 15th, Bergotas 16th, Flat 17th, Ape Gang 18th, No Name 19th, and Board 20th place. But the story of the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, is how Huss and 100 Thieves both dominated the first day of Pro League regular season in their own ways.
I'm so happy for Dupe.
Huss playing from Wall on Stormpoint and from Blossom Drive on E-District, 3rd in Game 1, 2nd in Game 2, 17th Game 3, 16th Game 4, 1st Game 5, and 5th Game 6. Like our cameraman said, love to see Duplex do well, especially with his new squad, Skittlecakes and Gent, which, by the way, we had a lot of nostalgia watching these guys play this weekend because those of you who didn't know, Duplex and Skittlecakes used to team together back on Optic Gaming.
Skittles and Dupe teamed with Verholst, no?
Yeah, originally it was with Verholst, and then they picked up Noct on Optic Gaming. So they were with Verholst on
we don't need to
Intel.
go that far
Yeah,
back,
no, we
bro.
don't.
Like-
We definitely don't. Definitely not a team that we're expecting to see in first place because no flame to them, by the way. They're just not in the super team conversation, I guess. But after watching them this weekend, 3 players that are so versatile, Gent, Skittlecakes, and Duplex, all 3 have been playing the game for so long, have been through so many different metas, and they've mastered so many different legends that, especially in this new legend ban system, they're able to adapt on the fly very well depending on the different legends that are banned throughout the day.
And Dupe, dude, is such a vocal IGL. I like him.
Yeah, very vocal. I mean, both Duplex and Skittlecakes, I don't know what this is. Both Duplex and Skittlecakes co-IGLing each other. Doing great. They've had that experience before. They have that chemistry. Beautiful to see, and they're meshing super well with Gent. So Skittlecakes kill and damage leading the squad back like he never left. As for 100 Thieves, they didn't win, but their huge Game 6 win secured them 2nd place overall. But look at their plus and minus damage differential. Oh my goodness.
Dude, that team is gonna be fucking dangerous.
Dude. A super team playing like a super team. It truly was amazing to watch them play. Playing from Zoo Station on Stormpoint and from City Hall on E-District. But the most interesting stat of this weekend for 100 Thieves is how much damage they took from the ring. Number 1 out of all the teams, 2,419 damage was taken from ring.
Looks like you in ranked. Every time I go into your room to watch you play, you're just in Storm.
That's so uncalled for. Literally, nobody needed to know that. This does not affect anybody in any way. So the boys will probably be seeing orange in their dreams tonight,
Wait. Sorry, pause. What happened to me drinking Sprite next to you the entire episode?
I completely forgot. I completely forgot to go buy you
You're
the
gonna lose
Sprite.
all credibility with your viewers. They're not gonna give you any more challenges.
How about you go and buy the Sprite bottle?
The challenge was never me. It was never supposed to be me.
Look in the comments. I'm gonna put it up on screen right now. The person said your cameraman's gonna drink the Sprite
Why'd
bottle.
you pick that one?
It was the
You
most.
didn't want to do anything else.
It was the most liked one. I don't get to pick.
No.
It's the one that's the most liked.
Nope.
It was the most liked.
Well, I say no.
Next episode, you're drinking a Sprite bottle.
It's not my show.
Next episode. Next weekend on Sunday is day 2, groups A versus C. So stay tuned for that. As for me, that's it for today's episode of your number 1 ALGS morning show on the planet. Once again, I did not finish my coffee, but I'm doing it for you.
Hold on, I want to know. Do they want us to cover all the other regions more in depth?
Yeah, I guess let us know as well. New episode every Tuesday, and until next week, take it easy, like and subscribe. Pacers. Also, new thumbnail style. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think.
What is it?
W or L?
I didn't even see it.
It's me. It's like I need you to take a
you're in
picture.
it?
What? I'm trying something new. Okay.
I think it's L. I haven't seen it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. W or L. Let
You
me
have the
know
thumbnail yet?
if you guys want to go back to the other thumbnails or to stay on this one.